was going to wait and see who said something first. You'd be staring
Yeah.
at the camera.
We did a Mexican Christmas standoff. What's going on, Kyle T. Webster?
Oh, I'm excited because today we get to draw, and you know that's my thing, Dom. So hey.
Hey, me and Kyle were doing work things yesterday, and Kyle just randomly did a Spider-Man, a Santa Spider-Man.
I did. There was a long meeting. There was like a 5.5 hour, 6 hour all day thing. And I was like, I think I should draw some Spider-Man now.
Yeah, I think that's probably about right. But yeah, this is the second to last one of the year. It's that most wonderful time of the year, as always. By the way, just before we get going, if you're here and you're not using the browser, which is Chromebook desktop laptop, Chromebook desktop laptop, then you're in the right place if you've got one of them. If you've got an iPad, you need to go to another link, which is on your email. Go into your email, teacher, please. Go into your email, find it, and go and see the wonderful Emma. She's over there. What about you? And she's doing her thing from Northern Ireland, where most of the iPads in the world are, apparently, or at least in the UK.
So I've heard.
Yeah, there you go. Right, Christmas challenges. I'm actually going to share a different screen right now. That one, because on the other one is not giving me a QR code, which is weird. But here we are. If you need this page, what's the short link, Kyle?
Yeah, the short link. Let's see. It's actually not showing it for me either. What is the short link? bit.ly/express Christmas.
Between us, we will definitely deliver a decent session. Individually, we will fail. So there you go. Between us, we're going to patch this together like a little quilt. And if you are on there and you want to leave a comment, do leave a comment. Give us a nice Christmas message. Why wouldn't you? Come on, don't be mean. Give us a nice
I know. I see all these schools signing on. We want to know who's out there watching and ready to do some fun holiday stuff with us.
Yeah, exactly. Excuse me. Oh, it started already. Rule number one, Carl. Let's do it really quickly. Rule number one: you can pause at any moment. Yes. So if you need to catch up, just press pause, do your thing, but just don't press it straight away. Just give it a bit of time before you go and press it, because we will give you a chance to catch up. Rule number two, Kyle. Rule number two: go ahead and finish the projects. If you finish the projects, you can get swag, fun, free, cool stuff. So let us know. That means you got to tell your teacher, I finished, and show it to them. Yeah, exactly. Hand delivered by Santa. And rule number three. Rule number three is you get the special swag if you not only finish the project, but you go on to teach a friend or a family member or pet how to do this. Yeah, why not? Pets are included. They're special too. Yes, there we go. Right, let's have a quick look through these. Oh, look at that. Yeah, Merry Christmas from Ringland Primary. Merry Christmas to you too. You were the first, and therefore you are going to get so many presents from Kyle. He's going to take them by himself. He's going to miss out on his own Christmas dinner and take them to you. I'll walk all the way from Germany. Yeah, there you go. Right. What else do we need to do before we get going? Let's take a look at the challenges here today. We're going to start with a drawing exercise, which if you haven't used drawing in Express, it's going to be pretty fun, I think, for people. Yeah. Yeah. No, skip past that one. Yeah. It's a snowman drawing. Carl, I have no idea how we're going to do this. It better be good. It'll be really simple and really fun. You'll see. The brushes will do a lot of the work for us, and there's a formula for it. So we'll have fun. That's what I like to hear. Someone else doing the work. And then and then I will guide us bumpily through this on the snowman net. You can make your own snowman decoration, dead easy. And we're going to do it with a square-based pyramid. A little bit of arithmetic there. That's going to be fun. Exactly. Math, as they call it in the States. Isn't that right? Math. Right. Where do we need to go now? Oh, look, we got loads more. I'm pulling them up right here, saying hello. Good man. Well done. This is awesome. Right. Kyle T. Webster, are you ready to rock us with your drawing skills? Ready to go. If you want to share my screen, I'll get things started. Here we go. You are there. All right. Everybody, it's snowing in some parts of the world already, and there's nothing more fun than building a snowman. So we're going to draw one today. And if you've never used drawing in Express, there are a couple of ways to get to it.
over here, you'll see that we have drawing and fun as an actual category. Now, it's interesting to me that drawing and fun are, that's the name of the category.
Drawing on its own, not so good.
I think that's pretty funny. So you could tap there and you'll see this option right here, drawing, okay? But you could also come over here to the purple plus and just type DRAW, and look, there it is, first and foremost. Now, if you select drawing, you will automatically be taken to a square canvas where you can start your masterpiece. And today we are going to use a combination of the brushes that we have here in Express to make an illustration. And we're going to start with the brush that it already has selected for you here, the hard round brush.
Kyle.
Oh no, Dom, are you gonna tell me again I should name my project? Oh,
dude, come on, it's Christmas.
Why break a bad habit before the new year? I could have a New Year's resolution then. I could say for the new year, I'll name my project early. You gotta let me continue to have bad habits until January 1st.
What am I going to call it? Something imaginative like snowman?
All right, we're going to say snow guy.
I'm going to call my snow person.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, so there, I've named my project. Dom, thank you for keeping me in check.
You are welcome.
Now here we have on the left, you're going to have all your tools. These will be your brushes and your colors and things like that. And we're going to start with the brush right here that is already selected for you. It's called the hard round brush. Brushes can be increased in size, decreased in size. Okay. So I'm going to make my brush rather large. See that? About 500 pixels or thereabouts. It doesn't matter, but make it big. Okay. And the reason I'm making it big is because the first thing I'm going to do is just fill this whole canvas with a color. And I'm going to use the blue that is already set for me to go right here. Okay. Cool. And don't worry, there are millions of colors to choose from. You can get to them right here for your custom colors like you would in any other part of Express. But this blue is actually exactly what I need. So I tap on the blue and look at this. I just take that huge brush and just move it all around in any direction. Doesn't matter. You just want to fill things in.
So is the brush always a crosshead? It doesn't tell you the size of it on the screen.
Actually, the brush is crosshaired, but starting in February, we're going to have every brush you select. It'll show you the shape of the brush and the size of the brush when you hover over the screen. So you know exactly where you're making a mark.
Okay.
So there you go. All right, now I filled it in. Okay. Yep. And now this is going to be pretty interesting and fun. Watch this. We're going to come on down here and we're going to use the decorative brushes. Oh, pardon me, the art supplies brushes. Got to get my category straight. Yeah. And in the art supplies, all right, you have all kinds of fun things, but you also have this special guy here. This is the spatter brush. Spatter. So we're going to select spatter. Now, I'll move back up here to where it says art supplies, and there's a little arrow pointing to the left. It's saying, hey, let's head on back. There we go. And you remember I was mentioning those colors that you could choose from. We're going to tap over here on our custom colors and see, I've already got the blue selected. So when I open up the custom colors right here, it starts me off with that blue that I already had selected. And all I'm going to do is make that a lot lighter. Just pull it up this way. Okay.
So same sort of thing, but just a bit lighter.
Bingo.
Okay.
All right. Now the size of that brush is quite large. And I'm going to leave it at about that size, but you could make it bigger if you want, 600, 700, somewhere between 500, 700, 800. It's up to you. It's your illustration. But this is fun. Watch this. If you start to paint it, you're going to get all these fun little bits of what could be suggesting to us some snow in the background.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Now you don't have to fill it all in. This is plenty. Just a few bits and bobs here and here and there. And look, I didn't go all the way to the bottom, and there's a reason for that. You'll see that in a moment. So that's it. The first thing you do, use that big hard round brush with the blue, and you just fill everything in. The second step is in the art supplies category. You grab that spatter brush and just make a few marks here and there to suggest some snow with a lighter blue. So Dom, do you want to pick it up from there and try that?
Oh yeah. I mean, I think you keep going. I'm right behind you here. I
Excellent.
mean,
Okay. If everyone's feeling good, then let's continue.
it looks a little bit less busy, not in a necessarily a good way, but yeah, let's go for your.
Feel
Hey,
free
keep
to
going.
add more. No, do what you want. It's your drawing. All
Let's
right.
keep going.
Now, I'm going to then come on down to another category of brushes here, decorative brushes. It's the last category. And over here, we can view all of those brushes. So I'll tap on that. I'll wait for the brushes to load. And here in this middle column, okay, a few rows down, you'll see a brush called Evergreen. How nice.
Oh yeah.
So we're
There's one
selecting.
called Cats. What's the
Oh,
Cats
there's so
one?
many good, so many fun ones.
Wow, that's mental. Love it.
Lots of crazy brushes in here.
Yeah.
So for the Evergreen brush, I'll head on back again.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I've got that brush selected, and I'll tap on this green color here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And once again, I'll open up my custom colors. Now see again, it shows me the green. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make that a little bit bluer. Okay, so I'm moving a little bit towards the blues there. It's still green, but it's a little bluer. And I'm also going to make it just a little bit darker. Okay,
Yeah.
like this. Somewhere in that vicinity. Now you can always do this. You can take a brush and you can test it and say, does that look okay? And if you don't like it, you can come over here in the top right. You see we have our undo and redo buttons, just like everywhere else in Express.
Yeah.
So I can
Oh, this is
undo to get
fun.
rid of something. Okay.
This is fun.
So I look at that. I said, it's a little too light. I can barely see it against the blue. So I'll go ahead
Yeah.
and make it a little darker.
Yeah.
Like that.
Same with mine.
Yeah. All right. Next, I'm going to make my brush bigger. So I'm going to make it 400. There we go. And now this is what we're going to do. We're going to add some trees back here. Okay. And I'm just going to start at the bottom and just move upwards like this. Okay. And I'll make them sort of like not all exactly the same height, you know. And I'm not going to make them go all the way to the top. I'll go a little bit past the halfway point, you know.
Yeah.
Like this.
Okay. Cool.
Easy peasy. Okay. And the last thing I'll do before I kick it over to you is this. Go back to the green. And I'm just going to make this a little darker. Okay.
Darker again.
Not too dark, but you know, somewhere like that. Doesn't matter. And this time I'm going to make my brush even bigger. I'm going to make it 500 or something like that.
Yeah.
Because these trees are going to be a little closer to me. See, and then I just put some more trees in there.
Okay.
Just a few. Just, you know, so you have some layers in there. It's a little more interesting, you know?
Okay, cool.
That's it.
Right.
So you got a forest. Very easy.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Well, what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to do a speed round. Let me go back to me. Let's get me on that. Right. So, first thing we did was get a brush, and it was the hard round brush, and we painted everything in. Perfect. With this blue here. Yeah, I'm on the right screen. Cool. And then I went down to art supplies, view all. No, yes, spatter brush. Back out of it. And then you got a slightly lighter blue than the one on the background. And then you just, is that probably a little bit too, still needs to be a bit lighter, I think.
Yeah, you make it pretty light, you know, not quite white, but you know, light, really light. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. So I'm there. I was with you there. And then we started doing trees. And in that way, we went down to decorative, where all the crazy brushes live. And we went to evergreen, came back out of that. We went for this green, but I think Carl was right in saying that was a bit too of a greeny green. So we went to put a little blue in there. And then we brought it down. It went a bit darker. And one of the things that I'm interested in asking you, Kyle, you went straight from the bottom, didn't you? All the way from the bottom.
Yeah, no, so the direction you paint, the evergreens will grow in that direction. So I went from the bottom up.
Right.
There you go.
Okay. Cool. Well, that was a bit of a dodgy one. There we go.
That's great. Yeah.
Now one of the things that I was interested in asking you about was, When you did your second row of trees, you
Mhm.
made that layer darker, and I actually thought you were going to make it lighter. Now, is there a reason why you made it darker?
Well, if you want the scientific reason, there's less contrast for things that are in the distance when you're looking out in the world because of atmospheric distortion.
Woo!
So
Listen to Kyle getting all scientific on us. Wow. I wasn't
little bit
expecting
of
this kind of
science
answer.
for you there. So if you're, for example, if you're standing at a mountain ridge and looking out at the other mountain ridges, they get bluer and a little fuzzier and softer looking as they go away from you. And they also
Right.
get a little lighter. And that's because of the atmosphere and the light bouncing off of all those particles,
Wow. Okay.
creating that effect. And so if you draw and paint with that in mind, you can create things that feel like they're farther away from you.
Right. Yeah, that's brand new information. I didn't get that at all. I'm just using the back button there just to, I was looking at it and thinking, actually, you can do better than that, Don. Come on. But yeah, now that you say it, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Whereas before I was like, oh no, like it's got to be lighter, surely. But yeah.
Well, you could do it either way. If you did it lighter, as long as there's some difference between the two, it doesn't really matter, but it's
Right.
just to give it a sort of layered effect, if you will.
Right. Come on then. This is blowing my mind actually. So let's keep going.
This is fun. Okay, so now we'll go back to our hard round brush right here.
Mm-hmm.
I'll make it about 400 or something like that. And it doesn't really matter. What we're going to do is create a little ground down here. And I want to make sure I don't start high up over here because I have to have room for a snowman. So we're going to start down here in the lower quarter or so, the
Okay.
lower 25%. And I have my hard round brush and I'm just going to select white right here. It's already available for me.
Uh-huh.
And I'll just kind of do a wavy kind of line like this, something like that.
Okay,
Okay.
cool. Yeah.
And then look, I can just fill in the rest. And now I've got a nice little snowy ground. Pretty easy. All right, now once you've done that, you keep that same brush and you keep the color white. And I'm going to make this a larger brush. I'm going to make it 700, so it's really quite large. And what I'm going to do is, how we have this cursor here. It looks like a little plus sign, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm going to move it to about, I want it to be in the center. Okay, so here's the center of my drawing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to put it just above the ground plane here and just tap on the canvas. And if you don't get it placed where you like, you can undo it and then try again.
Okay. Oh, no.
So
Okay. Yeah.
take your
Yeah.
time, not a big, if you don't like it, go ahead and redo it. But that will be the base or the bottom of the snowman right there.
Right.
Now, notice how I didn't do this, right?
No, because you
We
can't
don't
actually
want it
move
floating.
stuff in this like you would normally think in Express, I guess.
Right. Now, snowmen, maybe they can jump, but I don't want this one jumping. So he's going to be on the ground. And so I'm thinking more, okay, somewhere like that, maybe, So it's
Okay.
sitting
What number
in
have you
the
got your
ground.
brush on? Sorry, I can't quite see that.
What's that?
What number have you got your brush on? I can't quite see it.
700.
Okay, cool.
It's quite large. Yeah.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there is good. Yeah. So now if I start with 700 for the bottom, I'm going to do about 450 for the size for the next one. Now I still have the same brush. It's still white. I've made the size 450. And once again, look, I'm going to come over here right above that other one. And I'm not going to do this, right?
No.
That's no good. I'm going to come down here about like that maybe.
Okay.
So you see it really overlaps the other.
Yeah.
And you could even go a little lower if you want. You could have it overlap even more. See that?
Yeah.
So this is the kind of shape you want. You want to have there being a lot of good overlap.
Okay, cool. Can I have a go on with that?
We've got one more to go, and that's it. So here we go. 450 is where I was there. Maybe I do 300 now.
Mm-hmm.
And again, with some overlap, just pop it right there. And now I've got the head.
Okay, cool. Right.
And since we're using the same brush, we may as well continue with it, make things simple. So let's go ahead and make the size instead of 300, just 30. Just get rid of a 0 there. And select black. So I've made the size of the brush 30 using black. And now if you want to zoom, by the way, you can always remember, you can pinch with your fingers on the trackpad. And you can expand your fingers and you can zoom if you want to get precise. And here I just want to go tap, tap, 2 little eyes.
This is great.
And I've got this same brush. I'll just come on down this way. And right about the center of this circle, not higher, because we're going to put a scarf there in a minute.
Okay.
I'm going to come down to about the center right here. Tap, tap. We've got the eyes and we've got the little buttons there on the front.
Nice. All right.
Pretty fun.
Yeah.
And while we've got the black and we've got the same brush, let's do one more thing. I'll take this size. It's currently 30. And I'll just make it a little smaller, make it about 20 or thereabouts. And you see where this button is. I'm going to start just a little higher than that over here on the left of my snowman. And starting inside the white a little bit, I'm just going to go up like this. Make a little arm. And then I'll come over to the other side. And this arm's going to go down this way.
Oh, okay.
So they're going to go in opposite directions. See that?
Like a Night Fever sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly. This is Saturday Night Fever, John Travolta. I'm sure everybody under the age of 12 can have no idea what we're talking about. That's okay. Yeah. Now, last little thing. Since we're still on this same brush, we'll go ahead and make it just 10. 10. So it's much smaller. And we'll just make a little branch there and a little branch there. Maybe make a branch here, make one there. Nice. Just to give it some extra little branches. You know, you can do little ones here and there if you want to. Up to you.
Very cool.
All right, now.
Hey. Whoa. Hold your horses. I think let's give people another run through that and you can.
Yeah, I think you're right. You go ahead. Let's see how yours is coming along. Okay. All right.
So we're going to go straight from the start here, just in case everyone needs a recap. There's a lot of different sizes going on. So if I'm getting something wrong, Carl, step in.
I will.
And yank me back. Right. So hard round brush. This is for the ground. Color is white. Hard round brush. Size. It doesn't really matter, I suppose.
Just make it big so you can, it's easier to fill in a large area quickly.
Yeah, but the thing that I did have a little practice before, and the thing that I was really conscious of is that you do need to make it quite smooth if possible.
Oh, sure. Or you could even have it be, it could be like bumpy, like the snow, has little.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so I'm always trying different ways, and I'm like, no, I don't like it. So I'm going to maybe I think the quicker you do it, the better. That's what I feel like. I don't know what you feel like, Carl.
You just go along the bottom. You just want to leave room for the snowman.
Right. And then am I keeping that same sort of size? And then
so here I went for 700 because it was a good size, but that looks good too. It looks like you're about probably, it looks like what, 600 and some change?
Yeah, 692. So that's good. I feel like I've gone a little bit. My trees aren't quite high enough, but that's okay. We can work on that, or at least we can't work on it. But
I think if you can see the tree line, you've got good trees. That's all that matters. It just gives us a sense of background and foreground.
So once I've done the bottom of my snowman, then I'm going to reduce that by a couple of hundred, maybe.
I started with 700 and then I went for 450. So less than, larger than half.
Right. And let's go there.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, you can play around a little bit, like maybe I'll do a bigger. No, that's too close, you see. So the back button is always your friend here. That's looking okay. Maybe it's a little, and it can be a little bit wonky because, that's just how it works. Right. And then Carl did another one. I'm going to bring this down to like 300-ish.
I did 300, yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. I'm sure there's a percentage drop, which is probably optimal. And that's, we could really get some math in there, couldn't we? And there we go. Right. So I'm happy with that. And then Carl went stayed with the hard round brush, went to black, but brought it right down to about 30.
Yeah, about 30.
Okay, so I got 32. That'll do. Right. Let's pew. Pew. Right. Good. I'm happy with that. Then bang in the center of the middle one. Pew. A little bit lower. Pew. Oh no,
Don,
that one was a bit
I
wonky.
would encourage everyone out there, when you draw, if you don't use sound effects, you're missing out. You should use sound effects when you draw.
Yeah.
I've done that since I was tiny, and it's so fun.
and the effect will be less good. And then also we got our John Travolta arms, our Saturday Night Fever arms. So I mean, the thing is on this is that I'm always bound to Carol's experience because he's just such a legend with illustration. So I'm gonna go, oh, that's a long arm. Let's go a little bit. That'll do.
That looks good.
And then that'll do.
There you go.
And then he went even lower again. Oh, I'll go to like 20. 20 is good, yeah. And then you're kind of doing almost like fingers, really, aren't you?
Yeah, just making it look like a branch, I guess.
Yeah. And I'll do that one. And then maybe I'll even go lower again for another one because I like the way Carl had a little bit of different variation going on, I think. So
Variety is the spice of life, and in drawing, it's also pretty good.
Yeah. There we go. I'm happy with that. That's great. Right. Lead us on, oh fearless leader.
All right. Well, this is going to be really cool. We're going to make a scarf. And
I've no idea how you're going to do that.
Well, there's a category of brushes here that are so crazy and fun. They're called multicolor brushes.
Okay.
And we'll go ahead and view all of those and take a look at them. Now, the one I'm going to use does not have to be the one you use. So I'll show you some variations. So what I'm going to use is the Rainbow Chew brush right here. The Rainbow Chew.
Rainbow Chew, yeah. I've got that.
But before, yeah, I'll go ahead and paint it. The size is currently 200. I'm going to make that smaller, 150 or so. Okay, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a little bit underneath where this circle meets this circle, but kind of right along the edge here. See that? If I tap right there, you'll see where it shows up.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to go like this and then kind of do a little like that. You see what that does?
That's wicked.
So, yeah, you can do it a couple times and get the shape you want for it to be a scarf.
Right, because you don't actually select a color with these ones, do you? It's already pre-selected.
No, it's already selected. But so see, I can do that for my scarf, but let me just jump back for a moment and show you that there are all kinds of ideas here. If you were, for example, to use, let's see, there's also the leafy vine is kind of not good for this, but I like, for example, this the squiggle brush.
Okay.
And you can try any of these, make your scarf do whatever you want. But like,
I like the golden cord, actually. That's cool.
Golden cord is very good for this. Good call. Yeah, that is a good one for this. Golden cord is good. You know, find a size that feels kind of good. Oh, that does feel scarfy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, size it to where you feel like it's giving you enough space to do other things, but lots of good choices here. So I'm going to use, I like the Rainbow Chew. I like the colors. I think it's fun.
Yeah.
And I just pull it across and then kind of do a little wiggle at the end there.
The way it does that is fun.
These are called, and you know what's really fun? If you want to separately as a project, you could do this, is write your name with multicolor brushes. Try writing different letters with them. Do all kinds of cool, fun things as a little project there.
Yeah.
So jumping back to that hard round brush.
Sorry, what kind of size did you have your Rainbow Chew on?
I made it 140 in the end.
Okay.
So, you know, it's got kind of an angle to it when you draw with it. So it kind of follows the top of that circle, that second circle we put, the body of the snowman there. If you kind of click it on the center there. Remember, this is for everybody out there, you know, you can undo as much as you like, or you can also just carry on, but don't strive for perfectionism when you draw. It's just make a picture and enjoy the process of making the picture. I think that's important. Drawing is just a fun activity. You're not trying to make something to hang in the Louvre yet.
Yeah.
All right. So back to our hard round brush. We were using that a moment ago. We need to give this snowman a nose. So I'm going to make it orange like a carrot. And I'll make the size 30 again, which is the same size I used for the eyes. And then just draw a little line like that. Very simple.
Okay.
And while we've got it, I'll just make it a little smaller, make it 20 pixels. And let's go to this blue again. Remember, we have this blue. It's already pre-selected for us. And we'll go ahead and use it as a custom color to start with. And we'll just go a little lighter up this way. Okay, see where I'm right here? It's a little lighter.
Yeah.
And here, I'm going to do a little curve like that for a mouth.
Nice.
And while I've got it, here's a cool trick. Imagine that this circle keeps on going, okay? So right along the edge of it here, I'm just going to draw a little bit of it like that. Just a little bit.
Okay.
Now what that does is it creates the illusion of sort of a shadow of the one snowball on top of the other. It's very effective. And you can do the same thing here. Just do a little bit like that.
Gotcha.
All right, I'll pass it over to you. Let's see how we're going.
Yeah, okay. Let me just go back. Okay, so what was Carl doing here? So multicolor brush, go to view all, do the rainbow chew. I'll try golden chord, why not? I've got it on 88. Let's see how we're getting on.
Oh, that's a pretty good size.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing I like about the rainbow chew though is when you do a little kind of
when you do the squiggle, it gives you a three-dimensional kind of there's a shadow underneath it. There you go.
Yeah, and I like that. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
Let's go back to brushes. So next thing is come out of multicolor, go into basic, go into carrot color. Let's go over here. Oh, yeah, that'll do. That's good. I'm happy with that. And then he went to the blue. So I'm on 29. That was my brush size for there. That looked okay. Maybe reduce it down a little bit. I mean, you can always type in there. So let's go 18. And then
sure.
And then get a little bit of a darker blue going on.
Oh, lighter blue,
lighter blue, right.
Yeah, since it's a shadow in the snow, basically, we're creating. So it's
like someone's put their hand in and done a little.
Yeah, and then it's also for the shadow that we create under the snowballs. It's a little lighter.
There you go.
Everything against white appears darker than you think, you know?
Right. Okay. And then here, that sort of thing?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, cool. Maybe
and then also under the larger one, same kind of deal.
Okay. Right. So mine is kind of, will it need to start on the kind of line there?
Anything to just create a little idea that there's a little, just like that. It makes it feel like it's sitting in the snow.
Yeah, that's true. How far around would you go with it? Just that's enough?
If you look at mine, I didn't go very far. I didn't go quite as far as you. I went about a third of the way, or maybe a little more than a quarter, or something like that.
Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. Let's use the eraser. Why not?
If you erase it, just be careful because you are actually erasing to the white of the canvas.
Okay. Right. Well, actually, on the snowman, that is okay, isn't it? Because
it is, because it's white. It's white on white, so you're okay there.
Okay, but ordinarily that's probably not a great practice. Okay, well there you go. You can learn from my mistakes. There you go. Right, where are we at now, Kyle? Let's have it. Let's go back to the master. Let's have
okay, so we've got our snowman just like that. And now it's up to you if you want to add anything. And Dom, you tell me how we're doing on time, but I could show a couple little things.
Let's add it. Tell you what, I won't go on. I won't copy them. For people, you just add a couple of things and people can have a go at their own leisure.
All right, I'll show you some fun things you could do. So we'll quickly let's put a little bird up here. what I'll do is I'll select the yellow. I've already got this hard round brush again.
Yeah.
And I'll make it about, let's say 60 pixels or so, 60 maybe.
Yeah.
And I'll just see if that's a good size. I just tap like that.
Oh, cool.
Now, that doesn't look like a bird.
All right now.
But don't worry. I'll zoom in on that. I'll go ahead and make my brush a lot smaller now. I'll make it about 20. And all I'll do is right here, I'll just draw down like this. Down into the left a little bit. And then with the black color here, I'll make my brush even smaller. Just make it about maybe 8 or so. So it's really quite small.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll zoom in. You can see what I'm doing here. I'm just going to tap right there.
Yeah.
Make a little eye and then make a little beak.
Oh, cool.
And there's my little bird just perching on the arm of the snowman. And while we're building animals this way, why don't we just do the same thing again? I'll do with the same thing over here. I'll make my my brush a little bigger. We'll go about 250 or so. It's quite large.
Mm-hmm.
And we already have this handy gray color here. This gray.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tap right here. All right.
What are you going to do here?
I'll make it about 150. So 100 pixels less. Tap right here. Whoops, maybe a little further over. There we go, like that. That feels pretty good. And let's then use white, okay? And watch what I'm going to do here. I'm going to just right here, just paint over it a little bit like that.
Oh.
See, so what I've done is I'm making something that's sitting in the snow.
Yes, you are.
And let's go back to the gray. And I'll make my brush a little smaller. Make it about 60 maybe, and then...
Oh, wasn't expecting that.
So fun.
Yeah.
Make it about 20.
Very cool. Oh, nice.
A little bunny in the snow there.
Yeah, love that.
You could use this pink color if you want with a really small brush, like maybe 10, and just kind of draw a little line there.
Oh.
Now there's a bunny in the snow. So you could, you can add stuff, and then if you want, you could even just take white. And I'll make my brush a little bigger, make it 20, but then just tap all over the screen. And then what you do is you really create a sense of sort of distance because you've got snowfall in the background that isn't totally white. It's a little darker.
Yeah.
And smaller. So it feels like it's in the distance. And then this snow is sort of falling closer to us,
Yeah. Yeah.
And you could do that. You could tap some snow in there.
Oh, really cool. Yeah.
And if you want to finish it off, go ahead and grab a big fat brush, maybe 200 again, and I'll just paint a little shape over here. And you could use any brush you want, but I'll just stick with this simple since I'm already using it.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe just write your name, sign your work if you want.
Cool. Yeah,
and there you go.
Yeah. So cool.
So let us know how you did there, everybody. Take your time with this. If you can try it multiple times. Now that you sort of know the steps, you could do this on your own time and give it a try. So it's fun.
That was really cool.
Now, when you're done, you want to save it, right? So there are a couple things you could do. You can download the image right here.
Yeah.
PNG. And that's the format that's going to be best for bringing it back in to Express in a project. So maybe you've made a holiday card and you want to use your art in the card. So you download this image, right? So I can save it.
Yeah.
And then once I have it saved, I could go into Express and create a holiday card and use my drawing as part of the card and write a message and maybe even add a little bit of animation, maybe.
Yeah, we
some
did that
extra
on the other
football.
week, didn't we? And there's a tutorial on there that you can check out as well.
Yeah.
Very cool.
All right.
Yeah. Let me just. Oh, I'm loving life. You've made me love life. Look at that.
Hey, look at that. You got a smiley face. Oh, I love your bunny. That turned out great.
Cool. I'm really happy with that. I wasn't expecting it was going to be that, I suppose, that easy, but looks so good. There you go. Brilliant.
Excellent.
That's what you could write on yours as well, but that's probably a bit long actually for text, but you could download it, take it into Express, use your holiday card and put some text over the top. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? Wow. Wowzers. I'm sort of blown away by that, I think. Right. It's challenge number 2, which is confusingly called challenge number 1 now. Right. If you go to your page, which is there's the link. We've lost the QR code for whatever reason, not sure. But now it's time to have a go at a snowman net example. Now this, if you click on here, what you will get is you'll get a whole load of templates and things like that. And these are all different nets that you can build. But I'm going to say to you, build it from scratch. We're going to try and build this one here. Okay, we're going to do a triangular prism. That's what we're going to do. Triangular prism.
I love the glasses.
Yeah, they're fun, aren't they? But also you can do a square-based pyramid as well. And that's actually quite an easy one. The shape of the scarf is actually easier on that one. Maybe we'll do that one. Let's do that one now.
That's fancy.
Yeah, it looks fancy, but actually that's probably the easiest. Do you know what? Let's just do this one. Okay, but don't remix this design, I would say, because that takes out all the fun of it. That's just in case the teacher, might have some younger students in mind, or students who, might struggle with shapes or whatever, and they can use a template and decide how much work they're going to do on there. It's just completely up to you. But we're going to go back to, let's go to Express. We go here, press the big A in the top left. Boom. Right, we're ready to go. So what do we need here? Well, if we go to the plus, just go to the standard size. Landscape is fine. That's fine. I mean, really, we want something that's going to give us, quite a lot of canvas to work on. So let's go in there, get rid of this. What's the first thing I'm going to do, Kyle? Forgotten. Name
your project.
No.
Which I will start doing in 2024.
Snowman. You can just call it snowman decoration, maybe something like that, because you can actually print this out and then you can cut it out. Oh, I've already got one called snowman decoration. Let's do snow person decoration. Decoration. There we go. Okay, cool. So now the first thing you want to do here, and this might confuse you a little bit, but it's not designed to be that confusing, is actually just put a background color in. It doesn't really matter which background color, because you are actually, if you print this out and cut it out, you are actually going to cut it away. But the reason why we put a background color in is because you'll be able to work out, where the lines, where the sort of dividing lines between your shapes are when you're building up your decoration, which is in fact the shape net. Yes, smart. Thank you, Carl. That's big praise from the big man. Right. Let's go to elements, I think.
By the way, Dom met me in person for the first time a couple of weeks ago, and he's about a foot taller than I am.
You never know. It was a shock. I thought Kyle was, in fact, about 7 foot tall. Right. So we go to rectangles. You can go to view all in there. Doesn't really matter which one you do. Now, see the difference with this one is that this has got a border and it's got a color in the middle as well, I think. Yes. So that's probably a good one to start with, because you can see here you've got a fill color and you've got a border color. Now, if you want to keep the border colors on for now, that's fine. And I'm going to rotate it. Kyle started us off on a maths thing today, and I'm going to keep on going that maths theme, and then maybe just reduce it down ever so slightly. So a triangular prism. That's what we're doing here. Okay, so triangular prisms, typically, I mean, if you want to, you can go Oh, I had it if I spelt it right. Triangular prism. Right. Let's go here. Now you can go in and open up an image, which will help you, and you can count things like the faces, count things like the bases. So it's got 3 faces, 1, 2, 3, and 2 bases. Right. Okay. Easy peasy. 2 rectangular bases. 2 rectangular faces and 3 rectangular bases and 2 triangular bases.
Now I want you to say that 3 times really fast.
Leave me alone. It's Christmas. Right. So I've got 1 in there, and that roughly looks like it's the right shape because I think I've got enough space to put my triangle on the top. Okay. So I've got 1 there. Now, you can change the border color now if you like. Really make that much difference. You just change it to maybe a light gray, just so that you can see, but it's not kind of dominating so much. That's good. So I said 3 rectangular faces. So let's put another one there. Cool. And then you can line this up and it'll snap. You see the way it does that? Snap, snap, snap. So that makes things easier. And then another one, that's our 3rd one. You can just line them up in a row like that. Okay. Now they're all perfectly placed there, which is cool. Now, I'm thinking I've got a little bit more space at the bottom than I have at the top here. If you're a bit like me and you like to get things sorted, you can click 1, press your shift, click a 2nd, keep your shift down, press your 3rd, and then over here it says group. Let's group them, because when you group them, then it will give you the what are we calling these, Kyle?
The guides, the alignment guides.
Alignment guides. There you go. And then also, if you want to, you could resize them, and they all resize at the same time, and then align them again. Cool. Maybe I've done that a bit too big now. But essentially, that is your first stop. That's your first stop. Carl, do you want to have a go at that?
Yes, I do. All right. So I've gone ahead and created the. I'll get rid of the rectangle for now, and I'll do that again. But I've got my background. I assigned it the same background color as you, which is this sort of lavender, very light lavender color. And under my shapes, I've gone into rectangles. And I used the same one you did here, this rectangle with a border.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've rotated it now. So I've rotated it 90 degrees. I'm going to reduce the thickness of the border right here so it's not so distracting. Make it about 4 pixels.
I think that's a good idea.
And I like that you changed the color, so I'll do that as well. And I'll just use a light gray like you did. That'll be nice. And there, I've got my first rectangle. Now, you've duplicated it 3 times. So I'm going to do the same. Duplicate, duplicate. Now I've got 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to line them up with each other. And if I select all 3 like you did, I can group them. And we'll get those right in the center. And I'll leave it as a group because I think we want to leave it as a group for now, don't we?
Yeah, I mean, I guess once you've got them in position, it doesn't necessarily matter. But yeah, why not? Why not?
All right. Well, there we go. I may have made them too large. You sized yours down a little bit, so I'll follow your lead.
Yeah, and you can work it out later, and if it works, it works. Right. Okay, so we're at this kind of spot here. Now you just need another. You need another shape. So let's go triangle. God, I can't count triangle today. There we go. Right, and again, you get this one with a border, so that's quite cool. Goes in there. Now, at the moment, it's too big, but that's to be expected. So now you want to reduce it down, and what you're looking to do is reduce it so that it kind of pops on perfectly. I mean, that is within a couple of pixels, probably about perfect. I would say maybe bring it down a little bit, and then you can zoom right in if you like. It doesn't need to be like absolutely perfect, but that is I'm more than happy with that. That's good. Now that I've got that in place, because if we go back to our triangular prism, what you'll notice is you've got one base, one triangular base, and another one over here. So we've got 2. I don't need to like go back into my shapes again. I can do the clever thing and go to duplicate. The only difference now is that this one needs to be pointing down. So let's flip it. You've got the flipping thing here, flip vertically. You can see the dotted line is where it's going to flip. Okay, so let's flip that. Great. And then just pull that down. And it snaps. So you can work it out. But I might just bring it a little bit further down. Because it's got a border on, you see, you do have a little bit of give in there. So that's okay. And that is roughly looking absolutely perfect.
Nice.
Right. I'm not quite done with our shapes now, so I'll just do a little bit more. What you'll be able to see on the templates is that you do have to put little tabs on.
Oh, yeah.
So that when you fold it, you see, you'll be able to stick it together. And you don't want to make the tabs too small. I think maybe these ones even are a bit too thin. I'd probably make them a bit thicker. Because you want it somewhere where you can put your Pritt stick on or your super glue. Super glue? Never use super glue in schools. What am I talking about? Your Pritt stick. Right. Let me go to shapes. Let me go to rectangle. Get away from here. Right, cool. So I'll go back to our friend over here, which is this one. And you can move it out the way a little bit. And then you can start playing with the size. Now, you just have to make up a kind of size, really. For the ones that are going to go by the triangle, now you'll see on my template there, I put 2 on each side, which I think is probably a good idea. But you can work it out. There's no specific positions necessarily, but we're looking for about a 60-degree angle, because what you'll know is that your angles inside your triangle all add up to 60 degrees. And so your tab also needs to be on 60 degrees as well. So pop that in there. Duplicate. You can bring that one round to 120. Bring up. Whoops. And then bring it over here. Don't forget, if you do make any mistakes like I do, you use the back button. And then now, all you have to do is duplicate that one. And that'll go on the opposite side. It'll be the perfect angle for the opposite side there.
Nice. Grab
that one. It'll be the perfect angle for the opposite side. You see, making mistakes. Use the back button. And then go down here. Kyle's used to it. Kyle is used to it. He's seen me making loads of mistakes.
Same here.
And then for your other one, you could duplicate this one again. Bring it over here. You will need to change the angle. And 90 degrees for that one. Oops. 90. There you go. And if you want to, you could make this one longer, because there's more bits to stick on. You could do. Don't make it too long. And then once that one's done, bosh. Do we need another one on that side? No, we don't, in fact. We don't need another one on that side, because this tab here is going to stick to this tab there, and then we're
right.
So we don't need that one at all. There we go. I didn't even do it on the last one. Okay, cool. Let's get to there, Kyle.
All right. Let's do it. Gone ahead and found the triangles in my shapes. If you don't find them, by the way, you have to scroll down a little ways, but they're down there. Yeah. They're down in the list. And here is that equilateral triangle. And we'll go ahead and I'll zoom in so you can see I'm trying to do what Dom did, which is to align it so it's the right size. There we go.
Yeah, looking good.
All right. Very nice. I'll use the same border thickness, or roughly the same border thickness I had. I think it was about 5. And let's just take a look at that. If I zoom in, you'll see there's a bit of space right there. You can use your arrow keys on your keyboard.
Yeah. Good tip.
And then things will line up nicely. Okay. So I think that's pretty good. Maybe a little tiny. There we go. I can position that where I want it. Now, here is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this group right here and ungroup it, because I just want to grab this one rectangle and duplicate it, and then just size it down. Whoopsie. What I do there? Where'd it go? There it is. Whoop! Let's take it up here. Come here, you. Just rearrange it. There, now I can grab it. But that's going to be my tab. Zoom in, rotate it, try and find that same angle. And I'll just position it here. And then I'll pop it behind the triangle there in my layer stack. There. For some reason, it's not moving, so I'll move the triangle instead. There we go. All right, so I've got a tab there. And we'll take our tab, go ahead and duplicate it. Here.
Yeah.
Flip it horizontally.
Oops, yeah, your triangle's being a right pain in the bum, isn't it?
It really wants to keep. It just doesn't want me to grab the.
Yeah, maybe move that triangle out of the way, and then move it over to the side. Then you can move it from.
Yeah, I don't know why it's being very naughty. All right, we'll just do this. We'll line these up.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
All right. That's about where it needs to be.
Yeah.
Kind of, sort of. Oh, now it's doing that thing it does. Hold on a minute. I'm going to refresh, Dom. I think Express is being a little funny.
Yeah, that's cool.
It didn't like me putting it through its paces with all that drawing, and so now it wants to be, starting over.
Yeah, punished. Well, let me take it on from here because I think everyone. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Right. So now it's time to make our snowman or snow person or snow woman look funky. So let's get a scarf going. Now this is cool. Let me go from the start here. Go to elements and go to design assets, and that will bring up all sorts of stuff. And then search for scarf, and you actually do get a cool one. Now, there is one there that would work as well. But actually, I am going to suggest that you don't do that one. I'm going to suggest you do this one because I think it probably works better. I don't know why I'm saying that, but I do think it works better. And then I'm actually going to just chop it off a bit. There we go. It's not that I don't like the little tassel on the bottom, but it makes it easier to work with in a way. Right, now if you put that straight in the middle, you'd be thinking, well, that's no good because it's only covering part of the snow person, snowman, snow woman. But actually, you can see how you can wrap it around and you can give it a little wave along the way, which is cool. And the way that you do that is you select your scarf, duplicate it, right? The line, I'm going to just bring it. You're going to need quite a few of these, all right? So now that we've got that, we can crop it. And then you play with this. Right, we'll crop it about there. Nice. Crop it in about there. Nice. And crop it in about there. Right. Because what you want is you want a kind of straight section of this. Where am I going to get it? There we go. Just going to play around. The thing that you don't want is you don't want any of the outer edges. You want to really cut it off right there. So let's grab that. Done that there. And then you can flip it. I found that the flip is the best way to do it. And then you can kind of match them up here. And you can kind of see a join, but it's very, 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 very tiny. And then duplicate it again. And then I'm flipping it and then flip it the other way. So always do it kind of the opposite way.
Nobody would ever notice that. It looks great.
Yeah, it does. That's why I think the stripe one works well, because actually you can line up the stripes.
Yeah.
And then people can't really see. You can't really see the join particularly, which I think is quite cool. You do have to play around with it and get it in place. That'll do. Yeah, that's cool. And it can overlap onto the tabs because they're going to get glued. You won't see them. So that's cool. So let's grab this one again. Bring it over here. Line up wherever you think it might be best. Actually, maybe I'll flip that one. Yeah, that's better. There we go. That looks pretty natural. And then you can grab it, flip it. And all you're doing is just creating this illusion of having a scarf. Now, like I say, you can keep that on there. If you want to practice your cropping, crop it to the edge of your shape. That's fine. But it doesn't really matter because you're going to cut that off anyway. Right. So we've got our scarf all the way across. Do you know what? I think that's probably a bit fiddly. So let's watch Carl have a go of it and see, and just to let people catch up.
Yeah, I've got the scarf that you selected, and I've done what you did, which is to
Drop it down.
crop it. And here I'm just moving the stripe right there so it kind of matches. And then I can sort of decide which stripe do I want to try for, you know, and you can get
Yeah.
as close as you want by zooming.
Yes. Another fun thing you can actually do, and this might be a good thing for you to have a go at while you're early in the process, is you can, and you are the king of effects. You can put an effect on it and change the color entirely of the scarf.
Oh yeah, let's do that. We'll go to effects and look at all these options. I like
Yeah.
this. I love this.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
So I'll use the same one for this one right here.
Yeah.
I do like that.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? It's just a way of making it a little bit different from your neighbors, maybe.
Yeah, that looks good. Very nice. Very nice. All right. And so I've got my little bit here. I'll just go ahead and duplicate that, flip it horizontally, slide it over here.
Yeah. So you're always alternating, aren't you? And that seems to work
Yeah.
quite nicely.
And like I said, it's because of the stripes, it's and this is great. So I'll duplicate it again, pop it over here, give it a little vertical flip this time,
Mm.
then just line that up. And by this point, it's going off the edge. It doesn't matter anymore. We have our tab there. If you want to, you could even crop, to
Yeah.
show the down to the edge there, but it's really not important.
Yeah.
Like that.
Very cool.
And I could take this same one, duplicate it, flip it horizontally, and just pull it over to this side.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah.
And we're pretty good to go there.
Yeah, looking good.
All right.
Right. Okay. Let's keep going. So, I mean, my template here, you can see I've got a mouth, got eyes, got glasses, got a carrot. So let's have a look. Because I think, if memory serves me rightly, I think what did I search for? I searched for something like not rockle. That's not even a word.
Charcoal?
Rockle.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, and I don't think I actually found, and then rock was this. Yeah, this is the one that I found for eyes. It actually, for the eyes, I could have just done a dot, I guess. I could have just done a circle, but actually I just wanted to do something a little bit different, I suppose. Pebble, there were those in there. Yeah, this one wasn't bad. So I get that one. And then the fill color, can change that to black. So it can sort of reminded me of a lump of coal, basically, which would be, your traditional sort of British Christmas book. Oh, they had a lump of coal and they put it in their snowman. Not that anyone really has any lumps of coal anymore, but hey, we can still dream.
We don't have those lying around anymore.
No, not so much. Oh, look at that. Look at the amount of guides on that. Let's do that again. Look at this.
Oh, wow. It's showing you even spacing and everything.
Yeah, even spacing there.
From the left and right.
Yeah, bananas. So there you go.
Pretty
You've got
cool.
a couple of lumps of coal in there. That's kind of nice. And then let's go to media and go to carrots and let's make something real. Right. Let's might be nice to grab one that's on an angle. There we go. Grab that one. Wow. It's too big. Let's grab it. Remove the background. It's going to do its Christmas hocus pocus. There we go. Nice. Now, this is like my personal design lessons with Kyle. Why do I always want to make it go to the left, Kyle?
I don't know. I actually wonder if it has something to do with your hand and if you're right-handed or left-handed.
Yeah, I am left-handed.
Well, I'm left-handed too, and I actually, when I draw profiles of people, I always have them facing to the left. I don't know if that has anything to do with me being left-handed, though.
Right. Okay. Well, there you go. I'm putting my carrot to the left. You can do that. And then I also, now for the glasses, I went to Elements. I think I went to Icons. Did I put glasses or put sunglasses? Can't remember. Try them both. But really, I'm looking for ones that don't have the arms on them. That's what I want. Ones that don't have the arms. Oh, nice. That's cool. Hey.
I like that.
Yeah, it is a little bit different, isn't it? There you go. You see, it's got all those alignment lines as well, which is cool. Actually makes me feel like I should change the position of one of the little lumps of coal there, but that's fine. And then last but not least, I think for the mouth, I went into shapes. I think I went for oval. I think that's what I went for. Get one of those. I mean, Kyle will probably have, and hopefully, true to form, hopefully we'll have something maybe a little bit more imaginative. No pressure on you, Kyle, but you are, the king. You are the king of coming up with things that you're like, whoa, I would have never thought of that. And
I was trying to come up with something like that for you, but unfortunately, the research results for the thing I'm looking for did not pan out.
Right. Oh, well. I mean, you've let us down on Christmas, but that's all right. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I know. Like, of all the times.
And then, I just put them, and actually just maybe a little turn up at the end, so it looks like a little grin. And there you go. I mean, I don't know what else you would use, really. I mean, maybe you could go... Yeah, because when I put like stone into design assets, that didn't work out particularly well. You could go pebble here, I guess. No, same sort of thing.
And you tried a charcoal lump?
A what? A purple lump?
Charcoal lump.
I give up a lump. You don't get much in there. Yeah, or go, try media. I don't know, like, what would you get in pebble for media? I mean, you could try like a really realistic one. Why not? Or you could, that one's quite good, but it's got a little shadow on it. So that's probably not going to work so well, because then it's hard to take the shadow off. But there you go. That's how you create your person of interest. That is pretty much it, really. Now, but I'll give Carl a little bit of time, because I can see, I can hear his brain whirring all the way from Germany, where he's like, he's thinking, what is the masterpiece I'm going to show people today? But so I will just say before we go over and take a look at this final piece, when you print this out, this is where you might want to go in. If you've got these shapes in a group, I'm going to ungroup them. And here is where you might want to, change the border color to something which is just ever so slightly off-white. So it's still there, but it's not kind of ruining the kind of vibe of your net. So you can still see where you're going to use your scissors. But when you cut it out, you won't really be able to see it so much.
Smart.
Yeah. And that just means that when if you're going to hang it on your tree or anything like that, or you're just going to give it away as a present or something like that, then so go in and change all your borders to something which is just slightly off-white. And that will give you a nice little guide where you can cut along. So there you go. Should we have a quick look at yours, Carl? Hey!
Okay.
I knew he'd done something.
I put some ski goggles on him, but the thing I really wanted to do was have a monocle. I thought that'd be funny.
Yeah.
But if you search for monocle, you don't get anything. But what I will do is with this particular image here, I'm just going to erase.
Yeah, you could do that, couldn't you?
Yeah, because I can use the eraser to.
I mean, for a monocle, I guess you could do a circle without the. You could do a circle without the with no fill color.
You could make a monocle yourself. You could just make one.
Yeah.
Absolutely, and make a little chain for it if you want, I guess, somehow. But I thought, well, maybe I'll find a nice monocle, and I couldn't find one, so
no
monocle for me. But
we'll have to feed
I just thought it'd be funny,
Feed that back to the team. Where is the Christmas monocle? Come on.
Yeah, I will. I'll ask Express. How come we don't have monocles? And then for the eyes, I'll just go ahead and use the under shapes, just use the circles.
Yeah.
Things are going slowly for me to load, but I was just going to put a
Oh,
couple of
that
little black
worked
circles
perfectly in
there.
there with the ski goggles.
There we go.
Yeah, cool. Did
Oh,
you? I wasn't actually watching. Were you using the eraser tool there?
yeah, I just erased away what was in the middle there because I didn't need any of it. I didn't want you to see through to. Oh, there it goes. Whoops. I didn't want you to see through
Right. Yeah,
to the
yeah, yeah.
back where it showed the straps. You know, that was weird. So
Yeah, that's worked out really nicely.
we'll just go like that. You know, and position those together, and now we've got our skiing snowman there.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. It keeps adding things that are the color of my border for some reason. So
Oh, right.
for the mouth, I'll just do the same as you, but I'll use circles, I guess.
Yeah, I'm doing a real botch job of making a chain from monocle here.
You're making a monocle.
Well, I am. I mean, it's a. I wouldn't say it was a masterpiece, but it kind of works. It kind of works. Let's have a look. Let's make it a bit dark.
To me, there's just something funny about a monocle on a
Yeah.
snowman.
No, I agree. And then highlights.
Now, I guess if you wanted to get fancy, what you would do is take a rectangle, make it black.
Here we go.
And you would make it so that, because you know how this is going to wrap all the way around?
Oh, yeah.
So you would do that so that if someone was looking at this, right?
Yeah.
Wrap around the.
Yeah, that's cool. I wonder if you could do it as a pattern because quite a lot of the ski goggles would like have a really funky pattern, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. I like that a lot.
All right, a little bit of variation there. There we go.
Yeah, I love that. That's really cool.
Thank
yeah,
you.
let me just go over here. Yeah, so I was thinking, you could use that kind of pattern, that kind of sort of thing.
That looks much better. Yeah.
Yeah, but
so you could crop a photo and do that. Yeah.
Yeah, but this was my monocle. I don't quite know where it's disappearing off to, but this is actually
that looks great. So this is, I just think, I mean, a snowman with a monocle. He looks so sophisticated all of a sudden.
Sartorial. Yeah, lovely. Cool. Well, there you go. That's how you make your snowman net. Print that out, cut it out. You can hang it on the tree. Just like glue a little, little piece of string to tie it up to the tree, for example, or a little bit of tape for that. So if you want to download it just by clicking there, PNG, best for images. Boom. That's going to do that. And then, as always, it's going to, there we go. You can share it wherever you like. Let me just cancel that. And then share Google Classroom, Microsoft Teams, or publish to web. And then teachers, don't forget, we've now got this allow others to remix button if you're going to make templates and things like that. Also, if you wanted to challenge somebody to actually decorate a shape that you've made, for example, you could share and you could invite collaborators and you can invite people in your classroom to have a go at yours and decorate it in a different way. And if you wanted to do that, the way to do it would be to invite them to your project, and then they could go to like add, and then they could duplicate that page, and then they could, get rid of all this stuff and then make
nice.
and have a little go. Oh, yours has got a monocle, mine's got ski goggles, or whatever it is, or mine's wearing a baseball cap. Go for it. Have a little bit of fun there. Right. That is us. There you go.
Perfect. Two snowmen done completely differently.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, snowman drawing. That was great. That's the first time we've ever done it. We're going to do it again.
That's right. But I really want to now print this out, this ornament, and hang it on our tree downstairs.
Yeah, exactly. I think there's lots more to come with drawing. I think, is that not true? I think
we're working on a lot of nice new features, including some things that will be good for math. We're going to be having a symmetry feature where you can draw something multiple different ways and have it use different kinds of symmetry. So what you draw is mirrored in multiple ways using radiating symmetry, where you could have 3, 4, 5, or 6 different symmetrical. So you could be creating all kinds of interesting polygons, and there's some cool stuff coming with that.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
And people should know already there are templates in there. So if you want to use a coloring sheet, you can open a coloring sheet or open a template in Express, and they're over there where the eraser was, if you look under that. And if you do the coloring sheet, when you start coloring inside an area that's enclosed, it stays in the lines magically. You don't have to worry about it going outside the lines.
Yeah, very cool. Kyle is like basically the expert on the ground with the drawing app. That sounds amazing. Right. So hang on, Kyle. Last thing before we go. Don't forget, people don't forget to get your swag if you complete the challenges. Extra special swag if you go and teach it to someone else. And also, let's get Kyle saying Happy Christmas in Welsh before we go.
Oh, how do we do that?
Nadolig.
Nadolig.
Llawen.
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 Nadolig. Nadolig. Llawen.
There we go. That's good. I don't think mine's perfect either, but that's good. Great for a first time. Thanks, everyone. Much appreciated. And we will see you in the new year, no doubt.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.